with 20 titles on the professional circuit, including one Grand Slam title and several Masters 1000. Daniil Medvedev has established himself as one of the most unique and dominant figures in world tennis. Born on February 11, 1996 in Moscow, Russia, he has been defying expectations since he began playing professionally, gaining a reputation for his unconventional playing style, physical and mental resilience, and a demeanor that is often underestimated by critics. But is Medvedev really the underdog? Has he already become a true giant in the world of tennis? Before anything else, subscribe, like, and share this video for more content like this. Now let's dive in. Medvedev began his career quietly, moving through the smaller tournaments on the circuit, such as ATP Challenger and ITF Futures. His early years on the circuit did not suggest that he would become a star. It was in 2016 that he started to gain more attention, reaching his first ATP title at the Chennai Open, where he lost to Roberto Bautista Agut. But that was just the beginning of a long and arduous journey. Between 2017 and 2018, Medvedev became a more frequent presence in ATP tournaments, and during this period, he won his first ATP title at the 2018 Sydney International, defeating Alex de Minaur in the final. This victory marked the beginning of a meteoric rise that would unfold in the following years. A crucial point in the development of his career was his work with his coach, Gail Sarvayer, who helped Medvedev refine his playing style and maintain a more strategic and mentally focused approach to matches. The partnership between the two proved highly effective, and together, they began to quickly climb the ATP rankings. Daniil Medvedev's true ascent began in the year 2019, a year that became known as his breakout year. Medvedev became a consistency machine on hard courts, reaching 6 consecutive finals between August and October of that year, a rare feat in tennis. He won 3 of those finals, including the prestigious Masters 1000 titles in Cincinnati and Shanghai, as well as the ATP 250 in St. Petersburg, Russia. But what really made the tennis world pay attention to him was his performance at the 2019 US Open. Medvedev had a heroic campaign in New York, playing 5 epic sets against Rafael Nadal in the final. Although he lost, the fight he displayed in that match, coming back from a 2-set deficit to nearly turn the match around, was a turning point in his career. From that moment on, Daniil Medvedev ceased to be seen merely as a prospect and began to be regarded as one of the main contenders for the major tennis titles. In the same year, he qualified for the ATP Finals in London, a tournament that brings together the top 8 players of the season. Although he didn't go far in that tournament, his presence there reaffirmed his status among the elite of the sport. In 2021 came with what many consider the peak of his career up to that point. Daniil Medvedev won the US Open, his first Grand Slam title, and in convincing fashion. In the final, he defeated Novak Djokovic in straight sets, preventing Djokovic from completing the calendar Grand Slam, which would have been the achievement of winning all 4 Grand Slam tournaments in the same year. This victory was particularly significant because Medvedev played with extreme confidence, not giving Djokovic any chances, who seemed unbeatable that season. Another memorable moment was his victory at the 2020 ATP Finals. Medvedev became the champion by defeating Dominic Thiem in the final, after beating Djokovic and Rafael Nadal along the way. This triumph further reinforced his dominance on hard courts and his ability to face the best players in the world, at one of the most challenging tournaments on the circuit. One of the major chapters in Medvedev's career has been his rivalry with Novak Djokovic. They have faced each other several times, always in high-level matches. The 2021 US Open final was the most significant moment of this rivalry, but it wasn't the only one. On several other occasions, Medvedev was able to rival and even surpass Djokovic, showing that even against one of the greatest of all time, he does not back down. The 2022 Australian Open final was also a milestone in this rivalry. On that occasion, Djokovic emerged victorious, but the match showcased Medvedev's ability to fight until the end, even against relentless opponents like the Serbian. This match also highlighted something interesting. Medvedev never gives up, even in moments of adversity, which reinforces his status as an underdog. Someone who, even when not favored, is always up to the challenge. Despite his numerous victories, Medvedev's journey has not been without challenges and controversies. During the 2019 US Open, Medvedev had issues with the New York crowd. In one match, he provoked the fans, resulting in boos every time he entered the court. However, what was most fascinating was how he handled the situation. Instead of getting discouraged, Medvedev used the hostility of the crowd to his advantage, channeling that negative energy to improve his performance. In the end, he emerged from the tournament as a sort of unlikely hero, receiving applause after his fight in the final against Nadal. Another challenge Medvedev faced was his consistency in Grand Slam tournaments. Although he has proven dominant on hard courts, particularly at the US Open and Australian Open, he has struggled to adapt his game to other surfaces such as the clay of Roland Garros and the grass of Wimbledon. The clay season in particular has always been an Achilles heel for Medvedev, who has admitted on several occasions his discomfort with the surface. However, he has shown improvement over the years. In 2024, Medvedev had his best campaign at Roland Garros, reaching the semifinals, something unthinkable years before. He has not yet won significant titles on clay or grass, but his performances show that he is willing to continue evolving and working on the weaknesses in his game. Another notable conflict in Medvedev's career has been his own relationship with tennis. In several interviews, he mentioned how the sport can be mentally exhausting. After tough losses, he admitted that he sometimes considered quitting. However, the resilience he demonstrates on the court is also evident of it. Medvedev has always managed to bounce back and find motivation to continue competing at a high level. Throughout his career, Medvedev has been involved in several epic battles that haven't necessarily occurred in Grand Slam tournaments. One example was his final at the ATP Cup in 2020 when he led Russia to the title alongside Andrei Rublev. Medvedev had a brilliant performance by defeating big names like Diego Schwartzman, Alexander Zverev, and Dominic Thiem during the tournament. Another iconic moment was at the 2021 ATP Masters 1000 in Toronto, where he defeated serving giant John Isner in the final, showcasing his ability to neutralize big servers with his impeccable returns and game reading. That tournament demonstrated his skill in adapting to different opponents' styles. Medvedev has experienced ups and downs throughout his career, but 2024 seems to be a year of resilience and reclaiming his status. After some inconsistent seasons, he returned to the top, making deep runs in Grand Slams and establishing himself as a constant threat in major tournaments. His ability to adapt both technically and mentally is one of the factors that make him such a dangerous competitor. He has evolved his game on clay courts, a surface where he previously struggled to find his footing, and achieved solid results, showing that his determination to become a complete player remains intact. Moreover, his ability on fast courts remains his greatest asset. He stands out for his tactical intelligence and his ability to adjust his playing style according to his opponent. This, combined with his cold and methodical demeanor, makes him one of the most difficult players to face on the circuit. Medvedev is undoubtedly one of the greatest strategists in modern tennis, and this reflects his longevity at the top. Daniil Medvedev is a true example of perseverance and skill. Although he has achieved extraordinary feats, he still carries the aura of an underdog, someone who constantly needs to prove his worth, not to others but to himself. The resilience, intelligence, and raw talent he demonstrates on the court make him one of the most fascinating players on the circuit. And as he continues to challenge the odds, his place among the greats of modern tennis will be increasingly solidified. And with this story, subscribe and watch more of the best tennis videos right here. Until next time.